Hi, everybody. It's Attorney Brooke Goff, live from our West Hartford office. And my apologies, I haven't done a video in a few weeks. I've been getting some requests via email. It's been a crazy time. Most of you guys know we moved into this office in, July 1st. So it's been amazing. We're finally settled all in, and it gives me more time to do these things. So I have to tell you, in my career, and I talk to other attorneys as well, we've never seen the type of car accidents that we are now seeing. These granted they happen, but such high volume of these like horrible accidents involving death, involving serious injury because drivers are going 90 miles an hour. Now we think we know why, right? We think it's because ever since the Black Lives Matter movement, a lot of the police officers have changed the standards that they use to pull people over. Maybe that's it. I don't know. But I can tell you it is not good. And a lot of people are getting very injured because people are just driving like there's no sheriff in town, right? So let me talk to you a little bit about what you guys need to know if you get in a car accident so you can utilize that information and be prepared much more than the other person, all right? So firstly, what are the basics? If somebody hits you, there's this like myth that you need to stay right where you are, stay put until the police get there, preserve your evidence. Guys, if you are on 84 and you are hit and you pull over in an active lane, like you pull onto an active lane, you just leave your car there, it is more dangerous than if you just move the vehicle altogether. I got to tell you, the last of your concern will be preserving evidence if you're not even here to talk about it, right? So you got to understand, make decisions for your safety in these moments, all right? But make smart decisions, and that's what I'm going to show you how to do. So firstly, in an accident, somebody, let's say, rear-ends you, nice and easy. You pull to the side, right? Just make sure the other person pulls to the side as well. That's all you're doing. Make sure you're okay because your physical health is number one, right? And then obviously try to pull over to if you're on a highway, unfortunately it's hard, but try to pull over to the nearest area that's not as trafficked. If you're near an exit, great. I'm from upstate New York. The exits are 15 miles apart from each other. It's impossible, right? But try to find an exit if there's one there, no problem. Do not get out of the car on a highway. I've represented so many people that get hurt because they decide to get out of their car and go over and check on the other person. Guys, don't do it. Call the 911, right? So you got to understand something about that 911 call though. It's recorded and I can get it. It's called the FOIA, Freedom of Information Act. So if you call in and whatever you say in that call, you call that person a bad name, you just seem irate, you don't come across as altogether, that can be used later. Make the call short and sweet. I was just rear-ended. Here's my location. I am injured. Yes, please send an ambulance. Nice and easy, okay? Then we pull that. We get it. Great. I have cases where defendants turn around and they try to deny the fault of the accident. But guess what? On the FOIA tape, they're like, I don't know. I was looking down, my dog, whatever. And well, it's funny because you told the insurance company you weren't at fault, but you told the police officer and the FOIA, the dispatcher, that you were. So which is it, right? These recordings make and break cases sometimes. So always be smart and mindful that this recording can be used and will be used by a really good attorney in the future. All right. So maybe you're going up against an attorney that isn't great, or maybe your attorney's not great and they don't work. I don't know. But if you hire me, obviously we'll get it. That's the way it goes. Right. So let's move on. So somebody rear-ends you, right? You're rear-ended. Now you've pulled over to the side. What do you got to do? First, in the car, turn around. You have cell phones, right, guys? I see those selfies all the time, okay? Utilize it, all right? Take the phone, look behind you. Don't, again, get out of the car. Snap a picture of the license plate and the type of car it is, so just snap a picture. It tells us a lot of things. It tells us who the car was in case they decide to take off. And if they claim that they weren't driving that car on that particular day, well, yes, you were, because here it is. And if there's damage to the front of the car, it catches that too. So you're kind of like, it's like the trio for you, all right? You're going to turn around, snap the picture. The person comes over to your car, or you go over to the person's car if it's safe, okay? Are you okay, whatever the case might be. Ask the person for a copy of their license, a copy of their insurance card, and snap a picture with your phone. That's it. You don't have to leave it. Just snap a picture with your phone. The police officer is going to come. Mistakes happen, guys, in police reports all the time. I'd say these days I'm seeing more police reports with mistakes in them than not. Unfortunately, I hate to say that, but it's the way it is. All right. So always keep in mind, right, that you are your greatest detective. You're there in the moment. You know what happened. All right. Just utilize these couple little tips and kind of go from there. The police officer is going to ask you, hey, what is going on? What is your story? What happened? It needs to be consistent, guys, all right? Because these are used later. Be honest. Don't be a tough guy. If you're hurt, report, hey, my neck, my back, my hip, my shoulder, whatever the case might be. Doesn't mean you need immediate medical attention, but note it. I feel tight here or what have you. If you decide, okay, well, it's not a big deal because you're now a self-proclaimed doctor, which, guys, none of us are unless you really are a doctor, then you need to be honest with the cop because you don't know how, what if you wake up 2 days later and you can't move? That is the biggest, single-handedly the biggest argument insurance companies make with me. Your client was fine at the scene of the accident and now claims he can't move 2 days later. Guys, protect yourselves. Don't play tough guy. Report. Doesn't mean you have to get the medical attention. If the police officer finds, excuse me, that you should go get medical attention, go. The bills will work them out. There's MedPay coverage potentially in Connecticut. There's obviously letters of protections if you have an attorney. There's health insurance, and then if worst case scenario, a good attorney talks to the provider that provided the services to you with the bill, and they work out arrangements so the provider knows they're going to get taken care of, and you know then you know that you have a peace of mind that you're not going to have something go on your credit report. These horrible things that you hear with medical bills happen because the attorney drops the ball, or the client doesn't give the bills to the attorney, or you're trying to handle it, you're on your own. That's your business. So far we've covered, what do? Pull over, make sure that it's coastal clear, make sure you're okay, and then get to a mutually safe environment where you guys can exchange information. Call the police, right? Call 911, excuse me. You're going to want to make that call. Remember that call is recorded, so anything you say can and will be held against you later, and trust me, good attorneys, they get this information. Number 2, okay, that's called an FOIA. Number 3, if you need medical attention, get it. Don't be a self-proclaimed doctor. Utilize the services they're trying to offer you. Get the medical attention. Worry about the rest later. A good attorney has the connections you need so that these bills, we can get these bills waited on or work out some kind of an arrangement that's beneficial to you and get you the treatment that you need so that you can move past this, right? Those are the 3 things. Now, I will tell you, when a lot of clients call me, they're like, I haven't told my insurance yet. Guys, you have a contractual obligation with your insurance company to tell them if you're in an accident. Even if it's not your fault, you have to report it. Now, I have no problem reporting with my client. When clients come in, I report them all the time, okay? But you have got to report it, guys. All right, you have to. It's the way it is. Dude, it's not a secret. Your insurance company could turn around and try to deny you benefits if you don't report it, all right? So you're breaking the contractual arrangement. Do not do that, all right? Don't do it. So call your insurance. I would always tell you to consult with a lawyer before you do so, but that's fine. You're giving a statement. That's it. So this is what happened. He rear-ended me. I wasn't on my phone. I wasn't doing this. I'm injured, my neck, my back, or my shoulder, my head, whatever it is, and that's it, all right? Keep it short and sweet, but again, I would consult with a lawyer before I make that call. A couple days later, the insurance company is going to try to call you for the at-fault driver. They're going to try to get you to give a statement. Never give a statement. You don't have an obligation to give a statement. Don't give one. These statements are used against you later. They know what questions to ask you so that they can hold it against you later. And I'm telling you, talk to an attorney before you give a statement. That's it. These statements are recorded. And if it comes down the pipe 3, 4, 5 months later, where let's say you can't work it out with the insurance company and you have to hire a lawyer and take the next steps to litigate the case, that statement will come back and haunt you later. Will. People, these questions are framed to try to trick people a little bit. So understand, once you get that statement, there's no getting it back. All right? It's there, it's in, it's done. Property damage, right? So if you have rental coverage, if you have coverage on your vehicle for collision, if you have gap coverage, let's put gap aside for a minute. You guys know what gap is, right? So gap is if your car's worth $10,000 and you owe $15,000, gap will pay that $5,000. Ready? Gap, right? So that's gap coverage. But let's just talk not about the gap coverage. Let's just talk about the car in general, all right? The property damage, the rental. If you have rental and property damage and the car is not totaled, it needs to be fixed, put it through your insurance. listen, they're going to get any money they pay back out from the other side. All right. So if the other side was at fault, the other side's going to drag their feet. I need to talk to our insured. We need to make sure the coverage, we need to investigate. You'll be sitting here waiting for 3 weeks, or your insurance will get involved, blast it out, pay for it, then go after them for it, and you won't even know what's going on. So it doesn't affect you in any way negatively. So if you have insurance and the car just needs to be fixed, go through your insurance and get it fixed. You get to pick, obviously, where you get it fixed in Connecticut, guys. We all know that, right? I always tell people I recommend the dealerships, not necessarily where you got them, but if you drive a Porsche, you should get it fixed at Porsche. If you drive an Audi, you get it fixed at Audi. Honda, get it fixed at Honda, this type of thing. But let's talk about if it's totaled, right? So I always use the two insurance companies against one another. So let's say you have insurance A and defendant has insurance B. We want to know who's going to give you more money. Have insurance A come out and look at the car. Have insurance B come out and look at the car, right? Put your rental through insurance A, no big deal, your insurance, and compare. Guys, I've seen differences of $2,000. And when you own a car outright and that money's coming back to you, $2,000 is a lot of money, right? We can all agree. You now need a new down payment on the car, right? So keep that in mind. I always leverage the two. Medical treatment. So if you have medical insurance, right, you have to use it. If you have med pay coverage, you have to use it. You can call up your insurance or pull out your declaration page for your insurance, take a look at it and see if you have what's called medical payment coverage. I recommend everybody carry at least $5,000. It's free medical money, right, guys? But if you have health insurance, you have to use it. I don't care the accident was not your fault. I do, but I don't for purposes of insurance. I don't care about any of that stuff. All right, you have medical insurance, you have to use it. You have a duty to mitigate the damages so that when the insurance company for the other driver does pay you, instead of $10,000 in bills because you didn't want to use your health insurance, maybe they have to give you your $4,000 deductible. Okay, you have a duty to use that, guys. Very, very, very important. If you don't, they will not pay you for your entirety of your bills. You'll get hit with timely filing from the health insurance and you'll be screwed at the end. All right, and these people aren't stupid; they know what they're doing. So that's medical bills. But let's say you have no insurance. Well, what do? You hire a lawyer because we have relationships with doctors that we provide them a letter of protection. So we figure out what kind of doctor you need to go see based on let's say the hospital referring you or your PCP referring you. And then we have relationships with them all over the state. So if you need to see a back doctor, an orthopedic, a chiropractor, a physical therapist, a neurologist, we have relationships so that we give the neurologist, we say, look, Mr. Neurologist, my client needs to see you, no problem. We will make sure your fee is protected out of settlement. Ready? If there's a settlement. So what happens if there's not? They don't get paid, guys. It's part of the risk, all right? So understand these are the kind of relationships we have and one of the benefits you get when you have a lawyer. State, we all know, everybody knows who has state. Guys, state doesn't cover anybody. I mean, they don't. And and there's a list a mile and a half long for state insurance. You don't want to go to a hospital these days to get care. It's COVID, right? So state insurance, our LOPs, what will happen is if the provider doesn't participate with the state insurance, just like any other insurance, we provide the letter of protection. You can go no money, no questions asked, no deductible, no copay, in and out, in and out. And at the end of the case, we negotiate with the doctor to a fair and reasonable fee and with the insurance company to get them paid. You're out scot-free. You got Class A medical treatment and didn't have the insurance, which normally would have been required for the average Joe. All right? So this is just a few pointers, guys, okay? I'm going to do a quick overview again, and then if you guys have questions, you can reach out to us. I'll tell you how. First, if you get in an accident, make sure it's safe. Pull over where there's a mutual safe area, okay? 2, take pictures. Use your camera. You guys are all good with the selfies. I've seen them all on Facebook. Use your awesome camera filters, whatever you want, but use that camera. Use that skill, all right? Take picture of the license plate of the car, the type of car it is, the defendant's, right? The other car it is, and take pictures of the defendant's license and insurance card, all right? Look at the date on the insurance card, guys. Ready? Make sure it's not expired because they do try to do that a lot too. Take pictures of your car, the damage to your car if it's safe to do so. Call 911, clearly report it. You always want to report it, guys. Please don't take the person at their word. I'll do the right thing. They never do. Report it, 911. Remember that call is recorded, FOIA, right? So just keep it short and sweet. Say, what happened? Here are my injuries. Please send somebody out my location, okay? Property damage. You have to notify your insurance company, obviously your car insurance company. It's required contractually. I always say before doing that, consult with a lawyer. However, if you choose to do it on your own, you have to notify them. This isn't a secret, guys. They're going to find out anyway, so you got to tell them. The driver's insurance that for the person that hit you, they will try to call you for a statement. Do not give a statement. Why? Because, guys, that statement can be used against you later, and you have no obligation to do so. Again, you're going to start realizing really fast why having a lawyer is the best way to go with a car accident case. Property damage. Leverage the two. If the car's totaled, compare what your insurance wants to give you with what their insurance wants to give you. Make the car available and let them both see it and compare it. Leverage against one another. All right. You don't be afraid to use your rental coverage. Use it. It's the fastest way to get it done. If you don't have rental coverage, sorry guys, you're gonna have to wait. But use your rental coverage if you have it. All right. If the car needs to be fixed, I always tell people, unless the insurance company for the person that hit you is on the ball, which most of the time they are not, they drag their feet. Oh, I want a statement from this person. I want to talk to the cop. I want to see report. Not going to hurt you, and in fact, it may get you where you want to go a lot faster. All right. Medical bills. If you have med pay, use your med pay. You have to. Okay, guys. If you have medical insurance, you have to use your medical insurance. You have to, guys. All right. If you have state insurance, or if the doctor that you want to see doesn't take your insurance, the attorney that you choose will provide a letter of protection. And guys, last thing. Choose a lawyer that does this as the major part of their practice, okay? If you choose a lawyer that's kind of like, I do family, I do real estate, or you choose your Uncle Bob's friend's brother's sister that's a lawyer, guys, you gotta make a decision for yourself. Choose a lawyer that's gonna be a bulldog in the courtroom. Choose a lawyer that's gonna take control. Choose a lawyer that's got the education and knowledge necessary to make this a priority and push it all the way down. It doesn't matter if you have a small case, a big case, a medium case. I always say there's no such thing as a small case. All that matters is if you have a case, the attorney needs to make sure that they're putting their 130% into it. If they're not, you're not getting the care that you need. And guess what? You're going to be sitting there being like, should I have chosen my sister's, brother's, cousin's Bob, the lawyer? No, right? All right, so guys, I hope you enjoyed this little segment. I was gonna wait till tomorrow because I'm gonna do my haircut, but tomorrow might get away from me and I wanted to make sure I recorded this. I'll be recording another one next week on, I think Slip and Falls we're doing next week. You can call us on the office line, 203-399-0000, extension 1. You can text us at 203-399-0000. We have dedicated staff that are here to help you guys, knowledgeable. You'll get an attorney within a half hour of calling in or right away, depending on the time you call in. And we're all here, guys, to serve you guys, right? So this is what we do. We only do personal injury and workers' comp, and we kill it every day. So again, reach out to us if you need anything. And if you see me kind of looking away, the screen keeps coming on and off, and it's a little distracting. I assure you I'm paying the utmost attention to the video. It's the screen, it's like glitter, and it's a lot. So enjoy the day. It's going to be beautiful outside today. Tomorrow's going to be a monsoon. So if you're watching this later in the week, the monsoon's passed, but tomorrow's going to be a monsoon. If you guys have questions, you're not a bother, guys. Call and ask. Nobody's going to convince you to bring a case. Just call and ask. 203-399-0000. Guys, we're always here. Happy to serve you. Thanks a lot, guys, and stay safe during COVID. Thanks.